Okay, I think we will start. Record it on this computer. शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिस्फटिकमणिमयीम् अक्षमालां दधाना हस्ते नैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च सुखं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं गोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वाचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः हरिः ओम्। Okay, so we have been seeing Aditya Hrudayam, and 4 classes we have done on Aditya Hrudayam. Today will be the last class on Aditya Hrudayam. We have seen the main portions of Aditya Hrudayam already. To just recollect, as I was mentioning in the first lecture, out of the 31 verses, we have done up to 24. What it means is the opening remarks, first 5 shlokas, then slokas 6 to 24 is where exactly is the Aditya Prashamsha. The stotra of Aditya is only in 6 to 24, which we completed last class. And now we'll have to there is some, let me just clear it. Somebody has okay. Yes. So today we will see the ending shlokas. Particularly, there are 3 shlokas which are something like a palashruti. See, we have the sampradaya. In any stotra, there is a palashruti, which is there at the end of it. And at the end of it, Agastya leaves. Then last 3-4 shlokas is Rama prays to Surya as advised by Agastya, and he resumes the fight. So we will see these last two parts. There isn't much interpretation there. They are fairly straightforward shlokas, unlike the previous ones where we need to understand different meanings of the words and so on. So we will look at these closing shlokas today. So 25th shloka. So the next three shlokas are Agastya's parting remarks in some ways. So yena mapatsu krisreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha kirtayan purushah kaschit navasidati raghava. Kaschit navasidati. In Sandhi, it becomes kaschin navasidati. Since I made a break there, I said kaschit. In Sandhi, it becomes kaschin. Kaschin navasidati raghava. So, enam, so let me do a padacheda. Enam apatsu krichreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha kirtayan purushaha kaschit na avasidati raghava. So that is the padacheda. So enam, I have mentioned it several times in the past also. Enam is used in Sanskrit to make a second reference to someone who is already made. Just say he, this person. We say this person, no? So it's like that. So enam means it points to an earlier reference of a person, which is Surya, which is Aditya in this case. So apatsu during apatkala, krichreshu during difficult times, kantareshu if there is some calamity or some such kind of a distress, etc. And bhayeshu, when somebody has bhiti. During these times, kaschit purushaha, that is in the second line, kaschit purushaha. Then we go to the first line, enam kirtayan, hey Raghava, O Raghava. If somebody actually praise, kirtayati is singing praise of, or glorify or pray, whatever you want to call it. So if somebody is able to sing the praise of enam is Adityam, because Aditya is the reference. So the enam is the reference pointing to Aditya. So one who is enam kirtayan, if somebody is praying to Aditya during times of apatsu, krichreshu, kantareshu, bhayeshu cha. When you are in fear, when you have some calamity, hitting you, when you are in distress, or when you are in difficult times, in all these situations, if anybody, kaschit purusha, if anyone prays to Aditya, na avasidati. So sidati, sidati is disappear actually. Avasidati is evaporate or disappear up. Na avasidati means it doesn't go in vain. That is what it is. It doesn't go in vain. That's what Agastya says. So when we are in trouble, when we have difficulty, Agastya is advising us, please tell Aditya Hrudaya. That is what he is saying in this shloka. Pujayasvainame kagro devadevam jagatpatim yetat trigunitam japtva yuddeshu vijayishyasi. In some part it is vijayishyati also. Vijayishyasi or vijayishyati. If you say vijayishyasi, that means you will win. Vijayishyati means anybody who does, he will win. So it all depends on how do you win. So some pata are Vijayishyati, which is third person, and this is Vijayishyasi, which is second person. Says you will win. So that variations are there. Again, Padacheda, Pujayasva, Yenam, Ekagraha, Devadevam, Jagatpatim, Etat Trigunitam Japtva, Yuddeshu Vijayishyasi. In fact, Vijayishyasi is better because the reference is about war, which is to Rama. So therefore, I think one can use Vijayishyasi. So he says, Yenam Devadevam Jagatpatim, this who is the Deva of the Devas, Lord of the gods, God of all the gods, Jagatpatim, Lord of the Jagatasya Patihi, Jagatpatihi, Jagatpatim, the Lord of the universe. Now, why is he Lord of the universe? We have seen it in great detail. Today, we all exist. There is sustainability here, and we are all able to live, have endless supply of endless in a reasonable consumption mode. Endless supply of oxygen, whatever heat, water, panchabhutas, everything is only because we are positioned ideally from the sun is providing all these to us. Only very recently, NASA has sent that rover, Mars rover or something, just started taking photos to find out whether it is possible to live there. Whereas this earth, this mother earth is only because of sun. That's why he is Jagatpati. He is Lord of the universe. Because if you go nearer the sun, it is too hot. If you go far away from the sun, it is too cold. This is a very optimal distance in which we are positioned, and he is supplying heat and light and all seasons. Everything is because of sun. Water, food, everything is coming from sun. That's why he is Jagatpati. So, Yenam Devadevam Jagatpatim Ekagraha Pujayasva. Ekagraha means single pointed focus. Eka Agra. Agra is we say Satyagraha, no? Satyasya Agraha, Satyagraha. Clinching on to Satya. Holding on to Satya is called Satyagraha. Here it says Ekagraha. Holding on to one thing, which means it is a tapas, it is a single pointed focus on him. So, Yenam Devadevam Jagatpatim Ekagraha Pujayasva. You worship with a single pointed, undivided attention, single pointed focus. You please worship him. That's what Agastya is saying. Then, Etat Trigunitam Japtva, see, Guna is multiplier. In Sanskrit, Guna is multiplier. So, Triguna is 3 times. So, etat means etat stotram, Aditya Hrudayam. Etat Trigunitam Japtva, having done the japa 3 times, Japtva is having done the japa 3 times, etat Trigunitam Japtva, Yuddeshu Vijayishyasi. You do the parayana of this Aditya Hridaya 3 times you do. And if you do 3 times, you are likely to succeed in the war. This is what Agastya is saying. He's saying, have an undivided attention and, do a puja of him. 3 times you recite it, and then you will be able to win in your battle. So that is the kind of advice that Agastya gave to Rama. Asmin kshane mahabaho Ravanam tvam vadishyasi Yevam uktva tata gastyo Jagama chayata gatam. Asmin kshane mahabaho. Mahabaho is he mahabaho. It is sambodhana. Mahabahu, and mahabahu sambodhana is mahabaho. So asmin kshane mahabaho Ravanam tvam vadishyasi. At this very moment, asmin kshane. See, kshana is the You know, it's a passage of time of the blinking of the eye, I think. One blink of the eye is a kshana. So asmin kshane mahabaho ravanam tvam vadishyasi. You will be able to kill. It is vadishyasi, which is future tense. Vadishyasi. Evam uktva, having said, evam uktva, tataha, from there, Agastyaha, sage Agastya, Jagama. Jagama means he left. He left the place actually. Tataha Jagama. Saha yata gatam. Yata agatam. Yata plus savarna dirga. Yata plus agatam, a is gone. Yata agatam in Sandhi. So the way he came, he went. Meaning he came with a purpose. I think he imparted the Aditya Hrudaya to Rama, and Rama then he left, saying, "This you just recited 3 times and do a puja with undivided attention. You will win. That's all you need now. Everything else is over." As we saw, uh, Ravana's all companions are gone. Ravana is the last bit waiting, and there is this momentary feeling of tiredness and a little bit of is it going to happen, this war is going on, that feeling was there in Rama's mind. So Agastya has come and just given him the tonic, given him that enthusiasm that he needs, and says, this is all you need, you do it, over. Avatara Purusha Mahima will be over. So Ravanam Tvam Vadishyasi. Having said like that, Eva Muktva, Tataha, from there, Agastyaha Jagama. So Agastya left the place, so he came, he finished his job, and he left. So these 3 shlokas are the Palashruti in some ways. It says what happens if somebody utters Aditya Hridayam. So that is being told here. Also that, Agastya said to Rama, you do this and you will be able to kill Ravana, and he left. So this is the 3 shlokas of Palashruti. Then what happened? Rama actually did what Agastya asked him to do. That's the next 3 shlokas. Ye tachrutva mahateja nashtashoko bhavattata dharayamasa suprito raghava pretatmavan. Etat shrutva. Etat plus shrutva, the shakara in this sandhi, because of the sandhi rules, it becomes cha. It becomes cha, and then it's become cha. Etat shrutva, doubles. It doubles there. Ich and cha. So sha has become cha now. Etat shrutva mahateja nashta shokah abhavat. There is this avagraha symbol is there. That yes symbol that you see there is called avagraha. See, in Sanskrit, if a or o is followed by a or one of the akara, or it's hraswa or dirgha. If a or o is followed by a, hraswa or dirgha, that a will just become lopa. It will disappear. So, nashta shoko abhavat. So the a will go. Now this avagraha is put there because if you do a padacheda, you should be reminded that you have to put back the a. The a went only because a disappeared only because of the sandhi. So when you do a sandhi vicheda, the a has to come back. So to remind that avagraha symbol, that s is used in Sanskrit. So nashta shokah. Nashta shokah in sandhi became nashta shoko. And because of it becomes o, the abhavat that follows, the a will go and it will become bhavat. So when you read the shloka, you will say nashta shoko bhavat tata but it is nashta shokaha abhavat tada. So abhavat plus tada, that is abhavat tada. Dharayamasa supritaha ragavaha pretatmavan. So that is a padacheda. So etat shutva, see, all these are nice usages. In the last shloka you saw evam uktva. Before that you saw there was one more, it was there. Pujayasva, no, japtva. There is japtva here. Japtva means having done the japa, and uktva means having said. Shrutva means having heard. So this is called twanta pratyaya. Twa. In Sanskrit, if you have twa ending with twa, what it means is it talks about a completion of a verb, completion of an action is always indicated by twa. Gatwa means having gone. Bhuktva means having eaten. Shrutva means having heard. Right? Japtva. Just now we saw japtva. Japtva means having done the japa, like that. So etat shutva, having heard this Aditya Hrudayam, as well as the Palashruti that Agastya told at the end, Mahatejaha nashta shokaha. His word nashta shokaha is very nice. These are all nice usages in Sanskrit. Nashtaha shokaha yasmai. To that person who lost his shoka. See, this is called Bahuvrihi. Telugu people will know. Similar samasa is there in Telugu. Maybe it is there in Kannada also, I don't know. This Nashta Shoka. Nashtaha Shokaha. You use two ideas, and using the two ideas, you actually talk about a third idea. Now we are talking about Rama. In order to talk about Rama, we are using Nashta and Shoka. So we are saying that person in whom Shoka is Nashta. So that is the usage here. Nashta shokaha. Nashta shokaha actually denotes Rama, one who is devoid of shoka. Abhavat. Abhavat is past tense. He became. Tada, at that point in time. So at that in time, having heard the Aditya Hrudaya and the Palashruti from Agastya, this Raghava of Mahatejas, this Raghava became Nashta shokaha. He did not have any more shoka. He became very enthusiastic and very refreshing. Dharayamasa supritaha. Dharayamasa supritaha Raghavaha pretatmavan. So what it means, his power is there. Okay. Yes. So he dhara means that that you can retain, which comes slowly. So dharayamasa, he retained all these. Supritaha Raghavaha, one who became very enthusiastic. Pretatmavan, he made his efforts. He decided that let me make my effort. Right? He got greatly encouraged and enthused to get into the act, because he held all these ideas in his mind. Dharayamasa supritaha Raghavaha pretatmavan. Adityam prekshya japtva tu param hashmamavaptavan trirachamya shuchir bhutva dhanuradaya viryavan. Adityam, this is a very nice shloka, because just now I told you japtva, the twanta prayoga. I call it as twanta, having completed. In this shloka, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verbs like that. I'll show you. There are 5 of them in that same completion of activity. Prayoga is there. Anyway, we will see. Adityam prekshya japtvatu param harsham avaptavan trirachamya shuchihi bhutva Danuhu Adaya Viryavan. See this Twanta Prayoga, the Twa, which I was saying in Sanskrit, if it is a simple verb, it is Twa. If the verb is attached with some prefix, Visarga, Upasarga, the verb is attached with a prefix, the Twa will become Ya. It's called Lep. That's a, don't worry about the Yakarna part of it. The Twa will become Ya. So here all examples are available here. See, first it says Prekshya. Because pra is a prefix. So Iksh means to see or something. Pra means Prakashtena, Viseshataya. So he looked at Adityam Prekshya, having seen Aditya. So it is a completed action now. The Twanta Prayoga has become ya now. So Prekshya. Adityam Prekshya, having looked at Aditya, Japtva, having completed his japa. That's why Japtva, it's a Twanta Prayoga. Just now I told. Right? So having looked at Surya, Aditya, and having done the japa, so both are in that completion, verb completion mode, right? So having looked at Surya and having completed the japtva, param harsham avaptavan. Harsha is uh, enthusiasm. Harsha is also joy. Harsha is that positive feeling. All those are called Harsha. Harsha is a nice name actually for people. So Harsham Avaptavan, he became very sort of rejoiced. He was greatly rejoiced having seen Aditya and done the japa uh, as Agastya, asked him to do. Then Tririhi Achamya, again having done the Achamya 3 times, because there is a prefix, the Twa has become Ya now. So Achamya, Trirachamya, Trihi Achamya. 3 times he does Achamya, Achyutayam, Anantayam, Govindaya Namaha, that kind of Achamya. So he does sip water thrice, 3 times having done the Achamana. Shuchihi Bhutva, again Twanta Prayoga. Having got purity, Shuchi is purity, Bhutva means having obtained, Bhavati is to become. Bhutva is having become like that, which means having obtained. So, Shuchihi Bhutva, Danuhu Adaya. So again there is a Twanta Prayoga, because there is a is a prefix, so the Twa has become Ya now. Adaya means having lifted the Dhanus. So everything, so multiple tasks are completed in this shloka. Prekshya, having looked at the sun. Japtva, having completed his japa. Achamya, having done the achamana. Suchir Bhutva, having got the purity. Danuhu Adaya, having taken the, Dhanus. So what is being conveyed here? The message that is being conveyed in this shloka is, as per Agastya's recommendation, he did deep contemplation of Aditya. He Trigunitam Japtva, 3 times he did the japa of that, and he did the 3 times Achamya, he purified himself, and then he picked up the Dhanus, because the final act has to happen now. So all those, verb completion, the shloka is full of that structure actually. So that is what this particular shloka is actually telling us. Ravanam prekshya hrishthatma yuddhartam samupagatam sarva yatnena mahata vadhe tasya dhrutho bhavat. Ravanam prekshya hrishthatma yuddhartam samupagamat sarva yatnena mahata vade tasya dritaha abhavat. Again, there is a O here and followed by A. That's why A has become Lopa, that Avagraha has come. So Dhritaha Abhavat. So that is the Padacheda here. So the meaning here is Ravanam Prekshya. Again, Prekshya is coming. Means he looked at intensely Ravana. Ravanam Prekshya, having looked at Ravana very deep, very intensely. Krishtatma, he is a Harshaha. Rama is happy now. So Krishtatma, one who is very feeling very delighted in his mind, in his feeling is all good. Krishtatma, Yuddhartam Samupagamate. He was all ready. Upagamat. Upa Agamat. Upa plus Agamat. Upa is closer. Agamat means when so went closer, which means he approached. He went to us. That's what we should understand here. Some is a prefix. Some means samyak, well. Samyak upagamat. Samupagamat. He marched firmly. He said, let me go and do the final act. So he was mentally ready. He was feeling very positive. He felt good. He intensely looked at Ravana and said and thought to himself that it is time. Mahata sarva yatnena, with great effort, all kind of sarva yatnena, all kind of effort. It's not one type of an effort. It has to be all kind of different types of effort. Yatna means effort. Sarva yatnena, with all, it's all out final chance. So mahata sarva yatnena, tasya vade. He started thinking about killing him. In the act of killing him. Vade is the Saptami Vibhakti, which means in killing him. That's the meaning. Vade, tasya vade, dhritaha. Dhritaha is dhriti. Dhru is firm. Dhru means steadfast. So the word dhru is always steadfast, firm, and so on. So dhritaha, one who is steadfast, who is very firm and very resolved, if I have to use a word like that. Abhavat, he was all set. He was mentally ready. He was very enthusiastic. He said, by all kind of effort, let me finish this fellow. I think time has come to kill Ravana, and therefore let me make all possible effort and finish him off. So this is what Rama said, and then Yuddhartam Samupagamat. So he marched Samyak Upagamat. So he marched firmly with a fixed resolve. He said, let me finish this person. Actually, then there is one shloka, one last shloka. You know, in many of Valmiki Ramayana, there are in many of the sargas, I think about 80% of the sargas, I think. In many of the sargas, at the end, there are some 1 or 2 shlokas, sometimes 3 shlokas, which is on a longer meter. This is all, you know, this is an anushtup, 8. Ravanam Preksheshtatma is Ashtakshara. Yuddhartam Samupagamati is Ashtakshara. Sarva Yatnena Mahata is also Ashtakshara. Vadetasya Drito Bhavat is also Ashtakshara. If you look at it, it will be exactly 8 aksharas. So this is a anushtup. Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhagavad Gita, all are anushtup. But in the last 1 or 2 shlokas, as I told you, in more than 3/4 of the sargas in Valmiki, there is a longer Trishtup. I think it is Trishtup, 11, I think. 44 aksharas, I think. Longer shlokas, and these shlokas are set in such a way that it either summarizes, is as though somebody is just summarizing what is happening, like a moral of a story. In some sargas, you will find that last 2 shlokas like that. More or less, it is like, or it tells about what is going to happen next. What is the mood of a person, or what is going to happen next. These kind of messages, though these are the ending shlokas. So in Aditya Hrudayam also there is a ending shloka like that, which is what the next shloka that we are going to see, which will be a longer shloka. Ataravira Ataraviravan Nirikshya Ramam Muditamanaha Paramam Prahrishyamanaha Nishicarapati Samkshayam Viditva Suragana Madhyagato Vachastvareti. So it's a much longer meter. And it's a very interesting shloka. So let me do a padacheda first, because otherwise you will never make Raviravadan, we don't know what it means. So unless you do a pada, if I do a padacheda, more or less you'll know what is going on here. So let me do a padacheda. Ata, okay, Ravihi, see that Ravihi, that Visarga becomes Ra. That's why Raviravadan is coming. It is Ravihi, Avadan. Ravihi plus Avadan, Raviravadan. Therefore, Ata, Ravihi, Avadat actually, Avadat Nirikshya Ramam. So Ravihi Avadat Nirikshya in Sandhi becomes Raviravadan Nirikshya. So it gives no meaning when you read it like that. So Ravihi Avadat. Ravihi is Suryan. Avadat means told. So Surya is now telling something. That's what it is saying there. Anyway, Ata Ravihi Avadat Nirikshya Ramam Muditamanaha Paramam Brahrishyamanaha Nishicarapati Samkshayam Viditva Suragana Madhyagataha Vachaha Twara Iti. There are three words in the last Vachastvareti. Vachastvareti has three words there. Vachaha Twara Iti. The A plus E becomes A. That's why it becomes Twareti. And Vachaha, that Visarga will become Sakara. So Vachastvareti. There are three words there. So the Raviravadan Nirikshya and Vachastvareti, if you know how to split it, the meaning becomes very obvious. More or less, most people will know the meaning. So what is happening here? It is saying, Ata Ravihi Avadat. Sun told. Nirikshya Ramam. Again, Ikshya. This is, that verb completion, I said. Nirikshya. So, looking at Rama, sun told, the sun god told. That's what it is saying. Ravihi Avadat Nirikshya Ramam. And how was Rama? Rama was Muditamanaha Paramam Prahrishyamanaha. He was happy in his mind. And he was very, there is this Prahrisha. He is very enthusiastic. Paramam Prahrishyamanaha Muditamanaha Ramam Ravihi Avadat Nirikshya Avadat. So what did he say? Oh, no, sorry. Muditamanaha Paramam Prahrishyamanaha is for Suragana Madhyagataha. It is for these people, because Ramam is in Ditya Bhakti. All these are in. Okay. So anyway, Nishicarapati. Nishicarapati is, Nishichara is night ranger. See, these Asuras, apparently, they wake up in the night. I don't know how many of us are Asuras, because these Asuras are all, they are all nocturnal creatures, sort of. So that's why it's called Nishacharaha, Nishicharaha. These are all the words for these Asuras. So Nishicharanam Patihi. The lord of these fellows who are all who woke up generally in the night, which is nothing but Ravana. So Nishicarapati is actually Ravana. Nishicarapati Samkshayam. He is going to be destroyed. Viditva, having known it, having, that this is going to happen, right? Having known, having anticipated that this is going to happen. What is going to happen? Nishicarapati Samkshayam. The Ravana is going to be killed. He is going to be, finished off by Rama. Viditva, having known, who? The Muditamanaha Paramam Rishyamanaha, or who are these people? Suragana Madhyagataha. So all these Suraganas are there. All the gods descended, all the devas descended to see this event. That's how we saw at the beginning. So Suragana Madhyagataha, so this Ravihi, Suragana Madhyagataha Ravihi, so this Surya is in the company of Surya also came along with these people. Because he is one of the Surana Madhipati, so he came along with them. So Suragana Madhyagataha Ravihi Avadat, he told. So that's how you have to connect it. Suragana Madhyagataha Ravihi Ramam Nirikshya Avadat. He told Rama, what did he say? Vachaha. He told something. What did he say? Twara. Twara means quick. Hasten up. Fast. Twara means quickly. So Twara iti. Do it fast. So now Sun himself is saying, do it fast. Vachaha Twara iti. He said that sun god who was in the middle, who was amongst this Suragana Madhyagataha, along with these celestials, the devas who came there, he told Rama that do it fast. Right? And knowing that, Ravana is going to be killed, they were all happy. Muditamanaha paramam pragishyamanaha. So they said, son said, do it fast. So this is like, the last shloka is, as I told you, like some commentary which says what is going to happen, or a summary of what is going to happen, or what is going to happen further, or what somebody is thinking. These are all what Valmiki puts as the last one or two shlokas. So in Aditya Hridaya, the last shloka in Aditya Hridaya is actually Aditya himself nudging Rama to say, do it fast. Because, there is one saying which says, Shubhascha Shigra. Shigraha. Shubhascha Shigrascha is what they say. What needs to be done, do it fast. Good things are to be done without delay. So like that he says, Twaraha iti, do it fast, is what Aditya said. So with this, Aditya Hridaya is over. So what we will do is, we will take a little summary, because we have seen the shlokas over the last 4-5 classes. So we will take a little summary of all these. So if we have to step back, and if we have to, I was thinking, if we have to contemplate on this entire Aditya Hridaya of these 31 shlokas, and ask for ourselves, if you have to summarize it in a few words, what should that be? What is the sum and substance of the message that Agastya has given us through Aditya Hridaya? So this was what I was thinking. So I was going through the shlokas and the translations and so on. I thought I will show you some analysis which I did using modern day tools. Also, I did some analysis to just retain in our mind. Moment you say Aditya Hridaya, moment we think of sun, what should come to our mind? So I did what is called a word cloud. This is called a word cloud. What I did was, I took all these shloka meanings, okay, and I just put it into an utility and said, create a word cloud out of it. Means just find out which are the words very important. What does it communicate? So in the word cloud, the bigger the letter is, that is prominent, that is important. So as you see here, there are only a few prominent things we are able to see here. Sun is there, God is there, light, rays, darkness, destroyer, then world created, like that. So these are the most important. Creator has come, created, creator, all of them has come. Maker. So universe, there is another big word called universe, that is also there. Heat is there. So these are the important words that apparently is coming from Aditya Hridaya, if you translate it into English. So this is called word cloud. So I was just doing a word cloud out of curiosity, and it more or less was very close to what was in my mind. If I were to think of five important messages from Aditya Hridaya, if I were to really think of, I was thinking of five, let me call it as five pillars of thought. And they were in a way closer to the word cloud. So let me show those five pillars, because that is the summary of Aditya Hridayam for us. So the first pillar that everybody, I think we all will remember it. The first moment you think Aditya, the first message that comes is light, glory. That is one thing which, moment you say Aditya, that's why this Gayatri mantra says, Bhargo devasya dhimahi, dhiyo yona prachodayat. That which lightens my my buddhi. Tat savituhu varenyam Bhargaha devasya dhimahi. He is, let us pray on that Deva, Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. He lightens us. See this, our buddhi is a Gayatri mantra. So the buddhi brightens only because of sun. I mean, if there is completely no sun, the whole thing will become pitch dark. That becomes tamas actually. A few days you can manage because the electricity will also go. Water, everything will dry up. Everything will go. There is no source of any light other than sun. So you will all become dull and all that. So that's why he is light and glory. There's so many of these words that you see in Aditya Hridaya. Prabhakaraha, Bhaskaraha, Rashmi Bhavanaha, the one who is full of rays. Tejasamapi Tejasvi. He is the brightest of the bright. These kinds of shlokas, these are all from the shlokas. Mahateja, he is a Mahatejas, right? Tamognaha. Gna is to kill, as I told in the last class, I think. Tamas, who is the destroyer of darkness, who is the destroyer of tamas in us. So the first thing that must come to our mind moment we contemplate on sun god is that light. And that's why Gayatri mantra, when somebody has to close their eyes and recite the Gayatri mantra, they should imagine light actually glowing their buddhi. That is what we should try to imagine. That is the kind of upasana and meditation that we need to do, because Diyo Yona Prachodayat. That's what it says. It's all because of that light we get enlightened. So Aditya is nothing but our source of enlightenment. That is the first message that you will find definitely in Aditya Hridayam, and that is the message about Aditya. The second message that must come to our mind moment we say Aditya Hridaya is, or about Aditya, is fire and heat. He is the source of light and heat for us. Both are only from sun. So the first is light, the second is heat. That's why all these shlokas, in the shlokas you'll find these reference. Agni Garbha, Aditya Putraha Visa, Agni Garbhotite Putras Sangha Shishirana Asanaha. We have seen one of those shlokas. Agni Garbha, Atapi Mandali. He is the mandala of Atapa, Scotch. He is the mandala of heat. I even showed you one scientific, modern science has also taken some, imagine photos or whatever of sun. The core of the sun is imagined and so on. Atapi Mandali. Himagnaha, one who destroys cold, one who destroys hima, cold. Gana Vrishti Apam Mitraha. Vrishtihi Apam Mitraha. So who is the friend of Gana, which is clouds, and Vrishti, which is rain, and Apa, which is water. This is how we get our food, everything comes out of it. So all these are because of the heat only. Without heat, none of these will happen. Evaporation only brings you cloud. Evaporation only brings you rain clouds and they become rain. So this is a condensation evaporation cycle. All those come out of heat. So the second conceptualization of Aditya in our mind is he is embodiment of heat, Atapi Mandali. mandala. That is what it is. Taptachami karavaya vakneye vishwakarmane. All the vanni, all those are there. The third conceptualization that we may be able to meditate in our mind when we think of Aditya is he is the Lord of the sky. When I say Lord of the sky, I showed you some astronomy details. Whole astronomy is orchestrated only by, Aditya. It is Aditya who is behind the entire astronomy of seasons, of daybreak, equinox, summer solstice, winter solstice, months, day, everything is orchestrated. Everything is nothing but the position of the sun vis-a-vis the moon and the earth. That is what is our sky is understood only like that. The entire astronomy is, moment you think of astronomy, we should think of sun god. Or moment you think of sun god, you should think of astronomy. Whichever way you want to, your calendar, everything is Adityaihi gatarahara samkshiyate jivitam. That's what Bhartrihari said, everything. So that's why all these references are there. Dinadipatihi, he is the Lord of Dinasya Adipati, the Lord of the day. He makes the day for us. He ages us. Jyotisham Patihi, he is the Lord of all luminaries. Jyoti, he is the ultimate Jyoti that mankind knows of. There may be stars which may be even much more luminous than him, but we don't know all that. They are so far distant away. From our empirical world, sun is the only Jyotisham Pati for us. These are all from our reference we are saying. Okay. Lokasakshi, he is the ultimate witness to the whole world. He lights up the whole world and then he lights up everything. Ahaskaraha, as I told you, who makes the day. Vyomanataha, Lord of the Vyoma, the space. He is the one who actually orchestrates the space and presents is for us in the name of astronomy. Ritukarta, he is the orchestrator of the seasons, ritus. Everything is because of sun. So we should remember sun as astronomy and astronomy as sun, and that is because of what we are all having our calendars and seasons and days and festivals and so on. That is the third conceptualization. Fourth conceptualization is he is the creator of the universe. As I already told, but for sun, earth will never survive, you and I will never survive. You'll have nothing. Panchabhutas will never be there. So only because of sun. So in that sense, he is the creator of the universe. Again, all these are there in the Aditya Hridaya. Vishwabhavanaha, Vishwakarma, Sarva Bhakshaha, he consumes everything. Sarva Bhava Udbhavaha, he is the creator of everything that has an existence in this world. Sarva Bhava Udbhavaha. Prajaha, he is the living manifestation of the living creatures here. Pranaha, because he is the life force. So in some sense, he is the creator of the universe. We should always remember that when we think of the sun god, he is the creator of the universe. And the fifth conceptualization of Aditya that you will find in Aditya Hridayam is he is none but the primordial Lord who first was born as that Mritanda, Martanda, Hiranya Garbha, that golden egg, Hiranya Garbhastama Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patireka Asit. That's what Hiranya Garbha Sukta says. He is the Hiranya Garbha, he is that golden, that Yoni from which everything came, Mahat Yoni. Sarva Devatmakaha, he embodies all Devas. So that's why he is the primordial Lord. Brahma Ishana Achyuta Ishaha. He is the Lord of Brahma Vishnu Shiva, which means he is primordial. All these came later after that. Hiranya Reta, he is that seed, that golden seed, which procreated this world in some ways. Puteshu Parinishtitaha, he resides in all of us. The light in us is nothing but the sun god. So that way he is the primordial Lord. He is the Hiranyagarbha everywhere. So I think these are the 5 very important the way, moment we think Aditya Hridaya, moment we think of sun god, and if we want to really contemplate, these are the 5 dimensions that should come to our mind. And these are the dimensions on which we can contemplate. This is how I will summarize Aditya Hridayam as a 5-fold understanding of what we have actually seen. So with this, I want to complete Aditya Hridaya. I want to end this Aditya Hridaya series with one recitation and some meaning of that from Aruna Prashna. Aruna Prashna is the great. I have already quoted a little bit here and there. It's also called Surya Namaskara. Aruna Prashna is one celebrated piece of prayer to sun god, which is very diligently, it is part of Taittiriya Aranyaka, and it is very diligently, recited in India today by a lot of people. Every Sunday, some people do it, or at least in the month of Kartika and in the solar months of Kartika and Shravana. I mean, these 2 months, every Sunday they very diligently sort of recite. So I want to take the last 2 Anuvakas. It has 32 Anuvaka section. So the Surya Namaskara has 32 sections. And within these 32 sections, there are 132 paragraphs or stanzas, if you may call it. So the practice is either people do 132 namaskaras at the end of every paragraph, or if people find it difficult, they at least do it 32 times. At the end of every Anuvaka, there is a namaskara. It's a good practice. It is a basic Vedic recitation. It is contemplation of sun god. It is a physical exercise. Early morning, it is done. Either 32 namaskaras or 132 namaskaras. So I thought I will recite the last 2 Anuvakas. There are many reasons why I wanted to do it. One is, see, we have heard only about this Veda. We have not really dipped too much into it. See, Vedas have what is called Samhita. The first part of Veda is called Samhita portion. You have Rigveda Samhita, which is the most famous, 10,772 mantras in 10 mandalas and so on. Like that, Yajurveda Samhita is there, some 5,000 and odd mantras, Samaveda and Atharvaveda Samhita, all those are there. Samhita is the first part of the Vedic portion. Then you have what is called Brahmana. In Brahmana, there is Aranyaka. The Brahmana itself is split into Aranyaka and Upanishads. So this is how it is. It's called mantras. Actually, some samhitas and mantras. And mantras, you have the Brahmanas, Aranyakas, and Upanishads. Now, the idea of this, the whole structure to the Veda is the Samhita part is the core mantras, which are used by the Aryans and the Vedic people and so on. Whereas the Brahmanas and the Aranyakas had a lot of instructions of how to use those mantras and how to pray. Whom to pray, how to pray, what kind of prayoga one has to do. All those are part of these Brahmanas and Aranyakas. And then, of course, Upanishads are all, high-level thinking of meta, reality and Atma Vidya and so on. Now, this Aruna Prashna is part of the Aranyaka. And Aranyaka is something which is done by Vanaprasthas in the Aranya. I mean, they retire in the forest and there they contemplate and they also do some of these kind of worships. And so these Aranyakas have sometimes detailed instructions also what to do and so on. So these last 2 Anuvaka in Aruna Prashna, I see it is all about celebration of sun god. The sun god is, mentioned in very different ways throughout the Aruna Prashna. But towards the end, it says, pray the sun god along with Vaishravana and, this Kubera actually. And there is a procedure, there is a final pinnacle of what you will get when you pray. So those two anuvakas alone, there are instructions also there. So I thought I'll just recite that portion and a little bit I'll tell you what is contained in that portion, which is the finale to the Arna Prashna. So let me just recite it and then also try to tell you some meaning of these mantras. This is the 31st Anuvaka, which has 124th paragraph onwards up to 129th paragraph, I think. And then the 132nd Anuvaka, which is the last, has 3 paragraphs. With that, the 132 mantras are over. So I'll just recite this. Adbyastirodha jayata tava vaishravana sada tirodehi sapatnanaha ye aposhnanti kechana त्वाष्ट्री मायां वै ईश्वरवनः रतगुं सहस्रबन्धुरम् पुरुश्चक्रगुं सहस्राश्वम् आस्तायाहिनो बलिं यस्मै भूतानि बलिमावहन्ति धनङ्गावो हस्तिहिरण्यमश्वान् असामसुमतौ यज्ञियस्य श्रियं बिभ्रतिन्नमुखी विराजम् सुदर्शने च क्रौञ्चे च मैनागे च महागिरौ शतद्वाट्टरगमन्ता सगुंहार्यनगरन्तव इति मंत्रा आहा कल्पोत ऊर्ध्वं यदि बलिगुं हरेत् हिरण्यनाभये विदुतये कौबेरायायं बलिः. So these two mantras here, it says Adbyastirudha jayata Tava Vaishravana Sada. This Vaishravana, your Vaishravana Sada, always what he does is he, he Tirodha is making something disappear. It's called Tirodha. It's called in Lalita Sahasranama. I do not know how many of you know. There is something called Panchakritya Parayana. There are five major tasks of divinity. It says Srashtikarti Bhima Rupa, Brahma Rupa. Then I'm not able to. Srishtikarya, which is Brahma Rupa. Then Stitikarya, which is Vishnu Rupa. Then Laya, which is Rudra. Then it says Tirodha and Sadashiva Anugraha. Sadashiva is Anugraha. Then Tirodha. There are 5 acts of divinity. One of them is Tirodhana. Means it is only divinity which can actually make something disappear for us. Suddenly it goes out of. It is actually the blessing of the divinity. But here what he is saying is this Vaishravana. What he does is Adbyastirudha ajayata. All my good things he takes away and goes. He takes it away. And Tirodehi sapatnanaha. So what he does, so therefore I pray to you, Tirodehi sapatnanaha. Ours, all our bad things can be taken away, but good things be with us. That's what this mantra is saying. Ye aposhnanti kechana. It is like some people who take away everything and then they never give. Such your Vaishravana is like that. So you sapatnanaha tirodehi. Us, you protect us from this bad act that is happening. Twashtri mayam Vaishravanaha. Now it talks about the Ratha in which he is there. Maya is actually Vishwakarma. He has done this Ratha, special Ratha. Ratagum Sahasra Bandhuram. It is tied with 1,000 thing. Purus Chakram and Sahasra Ashwam. There are 1,000 horses. You have such a special chariot, which is done by Vishwakarma for you. And so it is a description of that Ratha. Then he says, Astaya Ayahi. no balim. So you come and take our bali. Ask, you set on to the chariot and come and receive the bali that we give. Yasmai bhutani balimavahanti. To you we are offering. We are offering our bali. You come and take it and bless us. That's what it says. And what kind of a bali we are giving? Dana, which is wealth. Gavaha, which is danangavaha. Gavaha, which is cow. Then Hasti, which is elephant. Hiranmaya, which is gold. And Ashwan, horses. So we will give all these dana because we want to please you. You come and take it and then bless us. That's what the first paragraph is saying. Then it says, Asama sumato yajniyasya. That's what it is saying. Asama means, 1 minute. Here it is. Yeah. Yes. Asama sumato yajniyasya shriyam vibrati Annamukhi Virajam. So what he says is, you come and in this yajna, whatever we are offering, you come and then take it. And where are you? Where are you positioned? It is all described. Sudarshanecha Kraunchecha. See, in astronomy, in our Indian Puranas, you will find different kind of mountains being mentioned. There is a Sudarshana mountain, there is a Krauncha mountain, there is a Mainaga mountain. So it says all these are is your abode. It is describing your the abode of Surya actually. Sudarshanecha Kraunchecha Mainagecha Mahagirau Shatadva Shatadva Attaragamanta. So it says hundreds of gates and balconies. That is Attara. Attara is that sort of a balcony. Shatadwa, Dwaras. So hundreds of Dwaras. It is describing the place where Surya is, where this Kubera and Vaishravana. That's what it is talking about. Okay. Sagumharya Nagaram Tava. That is your Nagara. Tava Nagaram. So iti mantraha. Up to this are the mantras. So this because it is now giving instruction. These are all the mantras of praise for him. Kalpa ata urdhvam. From here onwards, I will tell the kalpa. Kalpa is the branch of Vedanga, which talks about procedural instructions as to what to do now. These are the mantras. Now it says, Yedi balim haret. If somebody wants to actually offer the offerings, then you need the instructions of how to do. So kalpa ata urdhvam. Yedi balim haret. Hiranyanabaye vidute kauberayayam balihi. So if you want to offer bali to this, Hiranyanaba, which is all the, and Kauberayam, I am Kauberaya. So Kubera and this Vaishravana and Kubera and Sun and all, if you want to offer the bali, I will now tell you the instructions. That's what it is saying. Then, Sarva Bhutadipataye Nama Iti Atabaligum Hritvopatishteta Kshatram Kshatram vai Shravanaha Brahmana vayagum smaha Namaste astu mamahi gumsihi Asmat pravishyanamaddhiti Atatamagnimadadita Yasmin yetat karma prayunjita Tirodabuh Tirodabuvah Tirodaswah Tirodaburbuvaswah Sarvesham lokanam adipatye sideti Atatamagnimindita Yasmin yetat karma prayunjita Tirodabu swaha Tirodabuvaswaha Tirodaswaswaha Tirodaburbuvaswaswaha Yasminnasya kale sarva ahutirhuta bhaveyuhu. It is now describing what should you do. Sarva bhutadipadaye nama iti. So you should make an offering by saying Sarva bhutadipadaye. You are the Lord of all bhutas. Ata balim hrutva upatishtet. By saying that, offer the bali, then upatishtet. You sit and then do the prayer. Kshatram vai Shravanaha. So one who protects everybody, he is the protector of everyone, that Vaishravana. Brahmanaya Vayagasmaha, we are all Brahmins here. Namaste astu mama igumsihi. We don't mama igumsihi. Don't inflict any violence on us. Asmat Pravishyan Annam Adit. So you take the offering that we have given. Having said like this, these are all instructions actually. Ata tamagnim adadita. So now you start the fire. After uttering these mantras, doing the giving the bali of the whatever is meant to be. Bali means dana actually. Agnimadita. So you start the Agni. Yasmin etat karma prayunjita. Having started the Agni, you do the following karma. You have to do. Tiroda bohu, tiroda boha, tiroda swaha, tiroda burbo swaha. So you pray that you do the tiroda, that in the Bhuloka and the Bhuvarloka and the Swargaloka, you bring your Tiroda Shakti and take away all things out of us, right? Sarvesham Lokanam Adipatye Sideti. You say like that, as Sarvesham Lokanam Adipatihi. This is for you. Like that, you make the offering. Ata tam agnim indita. Then you grow the fire with more havis and all that, grow the fire. Yasmin etat karma prayunjita. You do this karma. Tiroda bhu swaha. You say that and then offer the offerings, saying all these mantras. Ahutihi yasmin kale asya kale sarva ahutihi huta bhaveyuhu. You actually, so these are all set of instructions. Specific instructions are given in Brahmanas and Aranyakas. I just wanted to show you that. Then a lot of instructions are there. Api brahmana mukina tasminna kale prayunjita parasupta jana dvepi masma pramadhyanta madhyapayet sarvartha asidyante ya evam veda kshuddyanidama janatam sarvartha nasidyante yaste vighatuko bhrata Mamantar Hrudaye Shritah Tasma Imamagnapindan Juhomi Samer Tanma Vivadit Mayi Swaha Rajati Rajaya Prahasya Sahine Namo Vayam Vai Ishavanaya Kurmahe Sameka Manka Makama Yamahyam Kameshwaro Vai Ishavano Dadatu Kuberaya Vaishravanaya Maharajaya Namaha Ketavo Arunasascha Rishayo Vatarashanaha Pratishhtagum Shatadahi Samahitaso Sahasradayasam Shivanashantama Bhavantu Divya Apa Oshadayaha Smurdika Saraswati Mate Vyoma Sandrishi. Now the instructions continue. Api Brahmana Mukinaha. So you all sit there. Tasmin Ahna Kale Prayunjita. Ahna is Madhyana. You either do this karma in the midday. Parasupta Janava Dvepi. Or after everybody is slept in the late night, you do it. That's what it is saying. Parasupta Jana Dvepi. Masma Pramadyantam Adhyapayet. Pramadyantam, one who is who has no belief in it, don't give this instruction to such people. If you do all properly all these, sarvartha siddhyante, you will get all your whatever you are prayed for, you will get. Ya evam veda. Please know like this. Know it to be like this. Kshudyan nidam ajanatam. For those who don't know how to do this, it will Kshudya, they will get hunger because they don't know what to do this. Sarvarthana siddhyante, they may not get all the arthas, whatever they want. Yaste vidatko brata mamantar hridaye shitah. So that Vaishnava who is stopping all this, let him be in my heart and bless me. That's what it is saying. Tasma imam agra pindam juhomi. So I give him the first pinda for him. This is a specific instruction to take care of him. Same arthan ma vivadit. So he will not take away any of my arthas. All my riches are with me. Mai swaha. Everything is for me. Mai swaha. Rajati Rajaya. This is a famous mantra which is told. Many people say this is actually the praise of the Lord. Rajati Rajaya, the Lord of the King of the Kings. Prasahya Sahine, one who gives you all the nice things. Namo Vaishravanaya Kurmahe. We will do that, offer our namaskara to Vaishravana, which is being prayed here. Same Kamat Kamakamaya Mahyam. So we are all desirous of some things in life. So he is the one who gives us all of them. For him we offer our Kameshwaraha, the Lord of the Kama desire. He can Vaishravanaha. He is the one who can fulfill all the Kamas. Kuberaya Vaishravana, Kubera and Vaishravana, you are all that. Maharaja, the great thing. Ketavaha, for these Ketavas. Arunascha, for Aruna also. Risheha, for the Rishis. For all of them. For everybody. Pratishtagam Shatadahi, hundreds of all these. Samahidasaya Sahasradayasam. So hundreds and thousands of all these, we actually offer our pranams and offer our prayers. That's what it's saying. Shivana Shantama Bhavantu. Let all good things, Shiva is Mangala, let all good things happen to us. Divya Apa Oshadaya. All these water and this plant kingdom, everything will be holy and good to me. Smrudika Saraswati. Let Saraswati be blessed with me. Mate Vyoma Sandrishi. Let this not go away from me. They are all always with me. There are a lot of positive prayers. There are lots of asking for a lot of material riches. There is nothing like Vedic people did not want material riches. We look at a lot of mantras. They say, give us a lot of good things. Give me a lot of riches and blessings. That's how most of the mantras are. Here the instructions are interspersed with what to do and what you will get, to whom to pray. Everything is there. Everything is directed towards Aruna actually. By Kubera and Vaishravana is words used here. Then the last Anuvaka, where it says what will happen if you do it. And it ends like that. And how do you do it? Some more instructions. Samvatsaраmetat vratam charet dvau va masau niyamas samasena tasmin niyama viseshaha trishavana mudakopasparshi chaturtakalapana bhaktasyat aharaharva bhaikshyamashniyat Audumbari bisamidbiragnim paricharet punarma maitvindriya nityete nanuvakena udrita pariputa biradbikaryam kurvita. It's a very nice set of things of what kind of people, how they were doing. Samvatsaram etat vratam charet. Do this for a year. If you are not able to do it, dvauva maso, at least 2 months. The riches are obtained not by calling a Purohit one day and then pay for him and then he does and then that's it. No, they were doing it themselves for an extended period of time, intensely praying and say all that. Samvatsaram etat vratam charet. Dvauva maso, at least 2 months. Niyamas samasena. Now I'll tell you what kind of a diksha you should have. Samasena. I'll tell you in very concrete terms, I mean in concise form. Tasmin niyama viseshaha. Only some important things I will tell you. You have to prepare yourself like this and do, you will get the benefit, is what it is saying. What he says, Trishavana Mudakoka Sparshi. Trishavana Mudakoka Sparshi means taking bath 3 times. Udaka Sparshi means not touching water. Taking bath 3 times. Chaturtakala Pana Bhaktas Syad. You should eat only 4th time. Chaturtakala, which means if you eat today morning. First of all, there are only 2 meals a day. There is no 3 meal or 4 meal. There are 2 meals a day. So if you eat today, then today evening is 1. Tomorrow morning is 2. Tomorrow evening is 3. The Chaturtakala is day after tomorrow morning. So you should eat like that, is what it is saying. Chaturtakala Pana Bhakta Syat. You should eat once in every 2 days or 3 days. You should have that kind of a practice. Aharaharva Bhaikshyamashniyat. Now, if you are not able to do it, then every day you can do bhiksha and eat once. If you prepare yourself, you should eat Chaturtakala. Otherwise, Aharaharva Bhaikshyamashniyat. Then it says, Audambari bis samidbihi agnim paricharet. There is this fig tree. So the twigs of the fig tree, there is a audumbri. With that, you have to, do the samit. With that samit, you have to this thing, and you have to use this. There is one anuvaka which starts in Arna Prashna, which says Punarma Mait Indriya Nityetena Anuvakena. There is one few paragraphs before you will find it. Use that and then do this. You know. Homa is what it's saying. Udrita pariputabihi adbihi karyam kurvita. The adbihi, water. Udrita pariputabihi, cleaned water, well prepared, cleaned water. With that karyam kurvita. You have to do that. Asanchayavan. You should be not sanchayavan. You should not be, accumulating wealth for yourself. You should be a person who should not be accumulating wealth. You should really take your hands off. Such a person you should be. It says asanchayavan. Agnaye vayave suryaya brahmane prajapataye chandramase nakshatrebhyah ritubhyah samvatsaraya varunaya arunayeti vrata homah pravargyavada deshah arunaka andarshayah aranye diiran Badram karne biriti dve japitva. So he says, Agnaye Vayave. So to whom should you offer all these? For Agni, Vayu, and Surya. Then Brahman, Prajapati, who is Brahman, Chandra, Nakshatra, Ritus, Samvatsara, Varuna, Aruna. For all them you do Vrata Homaha. For all those who are Pravargyavat Adesha. This is the Adesha with which you should do. Aruna Kanda Risheha, they have said that. The Kanda Rishis have said that. Aranye Adi Iran. So staying in the forest and doing the Adhyayana there. Badram Karnebi iti dve japitva. Badram Karnebi Sunuyama Devaha. That mantra you recite twice. Do it for a year. With this kind of diksha, if you do it, you will get. This is full of instructions actually. Then the final, what will happen? Last one. Mahanamni birutagagum sag sparshya tamacha aryo dadyat shivana shantametyoshadhira labhate smrudi keti bhumim yevamapavarge denur dakshina kagum sambasascha kshaumam Anyadva shuklam yata shaktiva evagum swadhyaya dharmena aranye dhiyita tapasvi punyo bhavati. There is one mantra called Maham Namni Bihi. So use that mantra and telling that mantra, Udakam Samsparsya, touch the water and tell that mantra. Then Tamacharyo Dadyat, give it to the Acharya. Okay. Shivana Shantama, there is one mantra called Shivana Shantama. Use that mantra and Voshadhi Ralabate. You touch the Voshadhis that you have prepared for this, touch that with that mantra. Smriti, there is another mantra called Smriti Ka Saraswati, there is one mantra. Use that mantra and then touch the bhumi. Right? Evam apavarge. At the end also you do the same thing. But the beginning of the sacrifice also you do these three. At the end also evam apavarge. After doing all these, denur dakshina, give cow as dakshina. Kagumsam, kamsam vasascha. Kamsam kshaumam is actually bronze vessel. Kamsam is bronze. So bronze vessel also you give as at the end. Vasascha kshaumam, give a good silk, either you give a silk dress. Anyadva shuklam, at least a white cotton you give. Yata shaktiva, whatever is possible you must give. Evam swadhyaya dharmena aranye adhita. So like this, with this dharma swadhyaya, if you are in the forest and do this with the steadfastness, if you do this and praise the sun god, what will happen? Tapasvi punyo bhavati, tapasvi punyo bhavati. When 2 times it is told, it is a guarantee. It is a chapa of guarantee. That is a practice in Veda. So it says tapasvi punyo. Such a tapasvi will actually attain punya. So tapasvi punyo bhavati, tapasvi punyo bhavati. So that's how after all that is described, finally that Kanda Rishi Homa, that how it should be done for Vaishravana and all that, how the Lord has to be prayed. There are a lot of instructions. I wanted to show you that the Vedic mantra are not just today people are simply reciting mantras without knowing what is going on there. It has instructions. It says what mantras to use, what gadgets to use, who should do it, when to do it, how many times you should do it. Everything is built into these Brahmanas. Whereas Samhita is only the mantra. The Brahmanas are where all these instructions are there. Vedic people were using this. They were diligently following it and they were actually getting the benefits of that. I thought I will just, tell the last two Anuvakas of Aruna Prashna, because we talked so much about Surya. I wanted to end with that. Tapasvi punyo bhavati, tapasvi punyo bhavati. Okay, with that we will end it with our Mangala Shloka. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधना सदना सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् शृण्वन् रामायणं भक्त्या यत्पादं पदमे भव स याति ब्रह्मणस्थानं ब्रह्मणा पूज्यते सता हरिः ओम. So we will now continue with Yuddha Kanda. Maybe another 3-4 sessions we will finish, I think, Ramayana. Okay, we'll meet next week.